Good morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Well, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. 27 degrees out here on the West Coast. It's January 22nd, 2025 for Wednesday. And yes, we all saw the salutes that Musk did about a couple of days ago that independents were going crazy, and then maybe some of the corporate medias. And then I'm seeing the tug of war with the corporate media, or so-called, they call them legacy media now. Independents call the big boys who got the corporation the corporate media. And it seems like Fox News is dependent upon the legacy media and making fun of things. Trump released a lot of people. He's screwing a lot of people left and right with his executive orders. So naturally, everybody's on a mad cat scramble here. Yeah, I saw Musk and is doing this Nazism crap, and then Fox News. There's no Nazism, man. There's no Nazism. I just said that. California. No, 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 no. NBC said that. No, 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 no. That's what I'm hearing from Hannity. And for the rest of the guys, can you believe that? Yeah. I'm like, oh, shut up. Deny it all you want. It happened. We got it on record. It's public knowledge. So, yeah, I saw it. Musk is a nut job. That's the only thing I can say about it. And they're willing to stick up for the nut job because they want to keep kissing corporate ass and everything else going on. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting 2 years at this point. Shout out to Artist in Recovery / Daryl P. What's going on, dude? Hope you enjoyed your run. You made observations concerning about Florida. Well, you should have. Florida is not. No, it's not a one-time thing concerning about freezing in Florida. I've heard about it in my lifetime a few times. Each time they do that, they lose more and more of their citrus crop. Like each time the polar vortex come on down and visit the Panhandle State, the citrus companies, growers, processors, all having issues. No wonder we're getting more and more citrus products from Central and South America more and more instead of the United States. Tropicana's having problems concerning about processing frozen stuff, and the growers are losing their shirts left and right. In fact, one particular grower who used to work for Tropicana about a year or two ago, they would have problems concerning about the crops because of climate changing slowly but surely and warming up, which means we've got more and more unstable air happening. Now, I remember when we actually had the seasons 11 years or so, we had El Nino and La Nina. And we have the computer running here. Bring up those terms. Because those are, what are terms that I used? Okay. And I need the other one, La Nina. Yeah. Okay, I just had to get something to help me out with this one. El Nino and La Nina. Okay, so what does El Nino mean? It's a southern oscillation, what they call it in weather terms. If I'm looking at NOAA.gov on this one, they have excellent information that helps people understand science. National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. So they say the patterns are changing. They explain it as under normal circumstances in the Pacific Ocean. Trade winds blow west along the equator, taking warm water from South America towards Asia. To replace that warm water, cold water rises from the depths, a process called upwelling. El Nino and La Nina are two opposite climate patterns that break these normal conditions. Scientists call these phenomena the El Nino Southern Oscillation, which is the ENSO, E-N-S-O, cycle. El Nino and La Nina can both have global impacts on weather. Well, they generally do, such as wildfires, ecosystems, and economies going screwy. And we get the weather patterns. We have to keep watching out for the Santa Ana's kicking in, and all hell breaks loose. Okay, episodes of El Nino and La Nina typically last 9 to 12 months, but can last up to years. Sometimes last up to the one. So both weather conditions occur every 2 to 7 years on average, but they don't occur on a regular schedule. Generally, El Nino occurs more frequently than La Nina. So what is the El Nino? Well, they consider it trade winds weaken during the El Nino. Warm water pushed back east towards the west coast of Americas. We get warmer, we get Santa Ana's kicking in, we get the dry air, and then we get roasted. But when we get La Nina, this is where the polar vortex comes in, because now we got the colder air sinking down our ass, and it squishes the jet stream. It's like a ribbon around the Earth, usually in the northern hemisphere, but it drives the storms and the weather patterns. So we can have a lot of pressure gradients flying through us and making our lives either drier, moister, or basically frozen as hell. So when that stream dips, and I mean seriously dips, it brings the colder air, pull the air, and liquid lubricant. Okay. When we have the jet stream doing its job around the Earth, just trying to control it and maneuvering the storms to our area, it also dips. And sometimes that colder air coming from it pushes it more and more down. And we have the cold air that we have right now over the past week or two happening in the east and also happening in the southeast, including to the panhandle. We have snow. We have frozen air, basically. We have the panhandle turning into Alaska, or worse. And it happens infrequently. You ever heard of futures? Stock terms, as I learned a long time ago, that certain products are put onto the market for future investment. How are the oranges going to be doing in the next 2 or 3 years? They speculate on it. A lot of speculation. As I understood a long time ago, people did some stock market work on that one. Just basically on speculation how things are going, like orange commodities. If the oranges are going to be pulling in a good harvest, they've made money. I remember hearing about this stuff back in the 80s and 90s. Well, we had a weather pattern coming in that might affect the orange crop in the United States, especially in the panhandle. Well, that changed the prices of oranges and orange juice a great deal. Saw that happen. When you don't have crop, you don't have money coming in. When you don't have money coming in, it affects your company. It affects both growers. They can't bring in enough crop. They have to harvest fast whatever they got, and have to leave the rest of it rotting because the frozen air will suck out the moisture and turn it into a worthless commodity for people to get investment out of it. orange juice becomes a lot more expensive sometimes. Unless that's for American processed, but foreign processed, we get the tons from different uh, equator. As I said before, Central and South America. Sometimes we'll get it from overseas, but when we do, I know orange juice is a lot more expensive. Including orange powders. It takes a lot to process one piece of fruit into powder that one uses for dilation to drink. Yeah, Tang and Gatorade work together, but they're expensive as hell. And for the amount that I get and I drink through. Saving that for the PDF at this point over here. So my friend in Connecticut is dealing with the weather he's normally accustomed to. 5 degrees for him, or maybe less than that, and he's bundled up and he feels like he's comfortable enough. Because up in the north, up in the New England states, they're used to that kind of temperature. I'm California, dude. I'm Southern California. I'm used to a climatic range here. Climatic. If it's 70, yeah, we're t-shirt weather. We're fine. We're dandy. We get 60s. Okay, maybe we get some sweaters or hoodie on. Outside, it's about 25 degrees for Roseman, California. Inside this place, it's 70 degrees. Give the bugs at bay. They don't like cold. They don't like light. They don't like cold and light. My dog can't stand it, and I have to bundle her up like crazy. Me, I gotta sleep in this thing with a wool blanket on because, I'm getting older and I'm not dealing with the cold weather like I normally would. If I was a lot younger, I could try dealing with it a lot better. But these days, I'm chewing up a lot of electrical on that one. So yeah, I remember all those patterns we used to have and also strong winds coming in, but infrequently. But when we have climate change, we were talking about pressure gradients, the low and highs. Low pressure, which means the air is being squished. Actually, the air is being squished down, and sometimes we get cold. Heat rises, cold sinks. That's how physics work. And when we have too much air pressure for the high, we get hot winds coming through. But sometimes not necessarily. I've come across them we had high pressures coming in. We also get cold water, but it's coming through that way. Weather is freaky. Weather is freaky considering about high and low pressures. So right now we're dealing with the polar vortex squishing. We got the air going through us, and we basically got a cold front. I think high does the circle, actually does clockwise, and low pressure does counterclockwise. So we got a counterclockwise going on, freezing our asses off. But also we got the trade winds blowing down to us anywhere almost. Getting back to the politics. Yeah. Much as I'd rather hate it and not deal with it. Some people are looking at it as distractions for the Musk thing. We have to keep talking about it because it's interesting. Because this guy's a mental meatball, and press can't have enough of it. Corporate media. No, it's all those executive orders that his lordship keeps bringing down our necks that we have to keep talking about, and it drives people crazy. People keeping Americans safe in aviation, guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion. I'm reading the White House, the official White House executive orders. Restoring names that honor American greatness. Anybody have a problem with this? Designating cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorist organizations, and specifically designated global terrorists. Okay, if you're at a war, but you say you're an anti-war president, you just lied to the American people. Reforming the federal hiring process and restoring merit to government service. Basically, we want to find out if you're going to be loyal to the Trump and not to the United States Constitution. Which also leads to the ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferencing. Good Lord. Diversity, equity, investing. I don't get it with these people having a conniption fit over this damn shit. Except maybe try to be more fascist. We've got Congress people out there, both Senate, Democratic, and the House and the Senate, going nuts over this crap. Republicans are like, I don't know anything about it. Bullshit. Defending women from gender ideology, extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government. Who makes up these damn executive orders that's supposed to be this way? I mean, taking care of or getting rid of programs left and right. We have to conform and comply and make you comply into a single way, thinking and being. If you're LGBTQ community, you're nothing. You're almost just as worse as the homeless people are. You're non-citizens. How's that grab you? Because this is what I kept telling people left and right. But now I'm getting sick and tired of this old routine here. You guys are part of the problem, not part of the solution. Establishing and implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency. Days. Marjorie Taylor Greene must be having a ball and happy with that one. Except I don't know if Musk is going to be involved in a damn shit. Vivek Swamy is out of it. I can never get that guy's last name right. America's first directive to the Secretary of State protecting the United States from foreign terrorists. Oh, he is going to drive us crazy with all this bullshit. This is dictatorship. We want you to think and feel and believe with the way we are right now. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble here, boys and girls. I want loyalty tests. Are you faithful and loyal to the Trump? I ain't doing a damn arm salute. But I will do a finger salute. I got two of them. So how's that? I didn't joke about this stuff. I kept blaming the voters because they're the ones that voted these idiots in by electoral college. Not by popular voters. I kept rediscovering this wasn't a popular vote. It was electoral college to get them in. So what are you guys going to do? I'm posing a question to y'all. What are you going to do? What's the legal aspect? And as I put in there in my comments, at least I hope I did in some of my videos. If not, I gotta go over them one more time. Succession of presidents. Well, what are you guys gonna do? Because if you got a Trump cabinet in there, that's all your people they're going to be taking over. We got 2 years of this lunacy here. Now, I'm not about to put on a uniform of any sort. I'm not about to put on a damn band. I'm not about to put on the ultra patriotic, whatever the hell I gotta wear. I'm gonna wear what I'm gonna wear. I know this has got corporate crap on it. It's also got food stains all over the place. It keeps me warm. I suppose I can get me a non-distinct, or yeah, non-distinct hoodie. Call it a day on that one. Well, I like Disney. I may not like the corporations. I may not like management. I like the idea of it. I grew up under the mouse ears. And this is still a hoodie that keeps me warm, so I'm not doing the Disney salute or Disney wear, whatever they got. Screw it. For this morning, it's 3:14 in the morning, West Coast time. And I'm not alive or awake yet, but I'm not going back to bed. My dog has already done her business. I already took care of that. And she's covered up in a blanket, wrapped up like crazy. It's warm enough for her. Now, is it warm enough for me to do things this morning? That's a good question, isn't it? We'll see what happens.